Hansi Flick is going to be so deluded that he's going to be playing this high line against us. And if he does, we are going to be taking advantage.
But Kubasi and Martinez, they can fix that problem in one day. No, that's why it's 3-1.
They play this dangerous offside line. I just think Real Madrid will have the players on the ball and the players off the ball to cause problems, and I think they'll score goals.
Going with a Real Madrid win. This is going to be our best display of the season.
¡No puede ser! ¿Cómo empieza este partido? Les vamos a meter 5 fácil. Pero Mbappé es buenísimo. Este es mi Mbappé. Este es mi Mbappé.
Menos mal que a la Supercopa no le importa a nadie.
¡Qué locura Camavinga! ¡Camavinga! Y ayer en el debate me decían que Casado mejor que Camavinga. Hombre, ¿qué te estás fumando, tío? ¡Cooperando!
A la Supercopa no le importa a nadie.
¡Pon a Valverde de lateral y a Sergio de central! ¡Hostia!
You know, I was going to save this for like a later date, but I just can't take it. My body's asking for it, and I just need to make this video because this is going to be the most calm review out of all of them, because I'm going to try my very best to like not scream, because I know that you guys just don't like the loud noise and stuff like that. So I'm going to relax, but I have to make this video. So I'm sorry if this video might end up being too long, but I'm going to try my best to keep it short. But this is going to be the most important one out of all, and that is going to be about the domestic treble that Barcelona have just won. What is a domestic treble? It is basically a group of trophies where it does consist the top tier league title. So for example, a La Liga or a Premier League. It also consists of a domestic cup. So for example, the FA Cup or the Copa del Rey. And then there's this third national competition that some countries do make up, right? So one of them in England, I think, is like the Cordoba Cup or something crazy like that. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong, but you guys know what I mean. And then in Spain, you have the Spanish Super Cup. There's 3 total trophies that you can win domestically, mostly in almost every country. And so in Spain, that would mean La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the Spanish Super Cup, which are all owned by FC Barcelona. And this is huge significance. And I say this because Barcelona have not ever been able to do this. And we have seen this recently with Man City back in the 2018-2019 season when they won the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Carabao Cup, right? They did that one time in England. PSG, they did that back in 2019 and 2020. We also saw teams like Celtic do that like about 2 or 3 years ago. Rangers also did that, which are 2 teams from Scotland. The last time Rangers like won a domestic treble was back in like 2003, I believe, which is crazy. And then you have Birmingham United from Thailand, where they also won a domestic treble. But obviously, right, as we see here, right, from all the other, as we see like all these other teams winning the domestic treble, like how PSG did in France, how Rangers did in Scotland, Celtic also did in Scotland, none of these compared to what Barcelona did in the Spanish in the Spanish league, right? None of them in Spain. None of them have been able to do like, they don't compete with the level of Spain. They don't. Maybe in England, yes, but like PSG in France, bro, like it's easy to win the treble. It's easy because you are the powerhouse. You make the most money, you attract the best players, and everybody else is just beneath you by like 100 levels. But in Spain, it's fascinating to do that. It's exceptional. And Hansi Flick has been able to do this in his first season with Barcelona with a group of youngsters, and us being unable to buy the players that we do want. Like can we really like think about that and think about the significance and the importance of what Barcelona have been able to do? We have made history this season. And the fact that we could not win the Champions League and we got knocked out by Inter Milan, I don't want that to be the reason why our joy should be taken away. No, we have to look at this and say this was a successful season for Barcelona, and this makes Barcelona as one of the most feared teams in Europe, because we ended up being in the top 4 in Europe, which was in the Champions League, by being knocked out in the semifinals, and we won all other 3 trophies. So before this, has Barcelona ever achieved a domestic treble? No, never, ever in history. It has never happened. We have won a treble, which was we have won the European treble, La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the Champions League, and we did that twice, back in 2009 and 2015. Twice, my friends. The continental trebles, and we were on record to like do that. Oh my god, bro, we were on record to do that again this season. Unfortunately, Inter Milan knocked us out. We thought that we won the game, you know, in the last I think on the 88th minute when Rafinha scored the goal, but it's unfortunate. But besides that, I don't want that to take away the joy, right? We won the domestic treble for the first time, and we have to respect that, and the world has to respect that. And I believe that these players, given the amount of problems that we had, like the squad injuries, the heavy reliance on young players, the severe financial constraints, these players must receive respect. Rafinha must receive respect. Yamal, Lewandowski, Ferran, Frankie, Pedri, Kubarsi, Gerard Martin, Hector Fort, Jules Koundé, Inigo Martinez, Kubarsi, right? Chesney, Ter Stegen, who cares if he did not play? They all deserve respect because of what they have been able to do, and most importantly, Hansi Flick, right? So I think that moving forward from here with these 3 trophies, I believe that we can for sure replicate this exact same success going into the next season, because we're only going to get stronger from here with Bernal and Casado coming back, and also with Ter Stegen coming back, Christensen coming back. Of course, we can make some refinements. And not only this, right? Like, I think that what fascinates me the most out of all of this is not just the 3 trophies, but it's the fact that it told us that we have been the most consistent, right? We have been the most consistent out of all teams. We have been phenomenal since September all the way until May 2025. That speaks volume. Because like, you can be good for a game, like you can have a world-class game in a random match in the Champions League, but you can do poorly outside of that. And Barcelona have been consistent, right? You don't win these 3 trophies by just having one great game. You win these 3 trophies by being consistent, day in, day out, scoring goals, providing assists in every match that you do feature in. And we have been consistent, and against our biggest rivals. We did not lend them a win, and then we win one back, and then they won one again twice, and then we win twice back. We have been consistent against Atletico Madrid, against Valencia, against Espanyol, against every team. And most importantly, Real Madrid. We have beaten Real Madrid 4 times this season. Given the context of these trophies, the reason why we won the Copa del Rey is because we smashed Real Madrid 3-2 at extra time. We persevered with Jules Koundé scoring the winner. We smashed Real Madrid for the Supercopa final back in January, which ended 5-2. We clapped the hell out of them. They were done. That was the best game that Barcelona have played, by the way. The Supercopa final, which was 5-2. And then we beat them twice in the league. 4-0 away from home, and then 4-3 at home. We have been the most consistent in terms of winning. And that is why we deserve the respect. And that's why we ultimately deserve the 3 titles. And so I don't know, man. Like, I think it should be embarrassing for a team like Real Madrid to bring in Kylian Mbappe after winning the Champions League and everything. Which was unfair, by the way. They won it in a very unfair way last season. They brought in Mbappe, and then you do worse the next following season, and we beat you at your home, right? At the Santiago Bernabeu. We beat you at our home. We beat you in the Supercopa final in Saudi Arabia, and then we beat you in Sevilla for the Copa del Rey final. We beat you everywhere, in every area, in every angle. It's insane. The last time Barcelona beat Madrid 4 times in one season was back in 1983 season. I remember that. I remember being there, live, watching the game. Barcelona beating Real Madrid back in 1982. I'm just joking. I'm only 27. I was like negative 17 or negative 18 years old. My father was probably like 18 or 19 years old at that time, or maybe like 11 or 12. I don't know. But yeah, it was a long time. And yeah, so we have had a significant season. Winning these trophies is significant. And we had fun while doing it. We defeated Valencia 7-1 at our home. We defeated them again away from home 5-0. We defeated Real Madrid 4-0. Mallorca 5-1. Sevilla 5-1. We had fun. It was fun. We battered all these teams. And so we deserve respect, right? So to win the domestic treble, it requires 3 things, which we all achieved. Consistency across 3 different tournaments, done. Depth, having depth and great injury management, done. We did great. We did not have quality depth, but we had depth because Hansi Flick chose the correct players to perform for us. And we had great injury management. Yes, we had some injuries here and there, but it was not as bad as like 2022 and 2023. And most importantly, strong coaching under high pressure. Check. We had that. Hansi Flick took care of that very well. Given the financial constraints, the structural limits, it made it very rare for us. We were not even supposed to win these 3 trophies. And so it made it impressive for us to win all 3. And that is it, right? That is going to be my analysis on winning these 3 trophies. Many clubs globally have achieved the domestic treble, but thanks to Hansi Flick and the way that he has coached us and how we won and where we have won it, which was in Spain, it's what makes this historic. And so congratulations to all players. Congratulations to the coaches for finishing off the season well. Congratulations to Deco and Joan Laporta, and I hope that going into this summer we can make some modifications and bring in the players that we do want, because I'm starting to see that Ta is going to Bayern, Frimpong is going to Liverpool, Wirtz is going to sign a contract extension. Musiala signed a contract extension. Wirtz is going to Bayern or Man City. We're losing a lot of options. The players that we do want, they're not coming to us, and so we'll see. And I heard that Deco is not going to be making any operations or transfer moves until July or August, which is insane because by that time I don't see any players moving. So we'll see. All right, that's going to be for a whole other different conversation. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.